Welcome back to Houston Life. Following the release of this year's STAAR scores, there's some encouraging news for Houston area students. Reading scores are reaching new highs, math continues to improve, and some local districts are leading the way.
Yes, and here to explain what's driving those gains and where more support is still needed always, Thomas Pich with Good Reason Houston and Spring ISD Superintendent Dr. Kregg Cuellar. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us about this. Tell us what this means for reading, for parents. I guess give us the overview.
Yeah, so there's a lot to celebrate right now in the Houston region. Algebra 1 data is at an all-time high. English 1, English 2 data for our high school students is also at an all-time high. And then also looking at the littles, the 3rd through 8th graders are really showing up. 52% of them are currently on grade level. A great increase, but we do know there's still more work to do.
Well, and we were just chatting during the break. A lot of times when we hear about education in Texas, it's not good news. What do you think is driving this improvement?
Well, I think a large part of it is that you raise the bar high, your kids will absolutely reach it. And I think that there's been a lot of emphasis, especially on early learning. And we talk about the foundational goal of ensuring that every single student is reading at or above grade level. And that's very important, especially with our little ones. And there's been such a profound emphasis, especially in the state of Texas, but particularly in the Houston region, by how we're pouring into so many resources and supports into our students at such an early age. Now we're actually seeing how that's looking when they get into their high school grades and beyond. So it's a really, really beautiful thing to see firsthand.
That's awesome. So I guess looking forward, what are some things that parents can do proactively? What are things that you're doing, I guess, to continue this trend and make sure that there's no dips?
Well, absolutely, and parent engagement is huge, and what we do is everything is for public consumption. So what we have posted is all of our curriculum resources are actually public on our website. So now parents can actually pull this information and be able to work with their students and their children at home. We've also opened our doors up 6 days a week. In Spring ISD, we actually have Saturday school. And we open up our doors from 8 to 1 o'clock, also almost every Saturday. We open our doors also late in the evening for tutorials. And so it's really a family hub, which we like to call it, for every single child and family here in Spring.
And Thomas, I feel like in this case, two things can be true, right? You can have progress on one side, but also acknowledge, hey, we need to put some urgency behind where we're still lacking. So what's the strategy to get to where we need to go? Because of course we know that the better a young person does in school, the better set up they are for potentially college and a career path.
Well, we live in Houston, which is a city of industry, 4th largest city in the United States. And so the success of our students K through 12 is critical. And as they go on to post-secondary success, whether that be college, whether that be a trade, there are a lot more options for them, but ensuring that they ultimately are ready to be successful. Because we actually just did some research recently, only 1 in 5 Houston students are going on to earn a living wage in the city of Houston.
A living wage,
Wow.
And that means covering the basics.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's pretty stark.
Yeah, this data is a really good push in that direction, but we're saying 4 out of 5 students are still not earning a living wage. So there's a lot more work to do.
A ton of work.
Yeah, so this data that you have, and obviously you collect year in and year out, how do you turn this into action? And what are things that you're doing and using this data for? Why is it so important to have these numbers and these figures?
And these numbers are just one piece of the puzzle, right? STAAR scores come in every June, parents are informed, school systems are informed, but really it helps inform folks like Dr. Cuellar, his staff, his teachers, and as he mentioned, parents, so that they can also make informed decisions as it relates to their child's education. So it's one tool in the toolbox that parents and school systems have.
And Kregg, I mean, essentially, Houston, when you look at these numbers, who are you trying to reach? Are you trying to reach leaders in like a civic space, parents, school? Because there's no one piece of the pie that is the recipe for success, right? I mean, it's a very large road ahead.
It's a very large road, and we have to always maintain our flexibility too. We have to always pivot, so we're always monitoring progress for our children. And I think you said it best. We need full stakeholder support. I think everybody has a significant investment in how all of our children do. And I think that's really important. Our faith-based organizations, our industry leaders, our universities and colleges. There is a significant investment in this type of momentum academically.
It's nice that everyone's acknowledging that there is work to be done, and especially as a parent myself with little ones, it's refreshing to hear that we're in the uptick, especially after COVID. I think a lot of kids who were home for a very long time were trying to just get back to where we were. So.
And you mentioned COVID. For the first time since COVID, we are finally back to where our baseline math data was.
Wow.
Because during the pandemic, it was actually math that it was impacted the
Wow.
most. There was a huge drop because that practical hands-on application was not happening. So it took until 2026 for us to get back to that point. But we are there.
And what do you think are some of the primary barriers? Because again, we are the fourth largest city. There are so many students with so many public schools, right? And I feel like, again, when education is in the news, there's a lot of finger pointing, right? Like students are saying, well, listen to us. And parents are saying, well, we listen to us, district leaders. I mean, it is, are we just not talking to one another enough?
Well, it's a fully loaded question.
Yeah.
Well, I think, data, that's your facts. And so when, if your data is showing that we are underserving children, then we absolutely know that we have to respond differently and fill those gaps. Right now in Spring ISD, we are seeing the highest year-over-year growth in the city of Houston. It's
great.
A lot more work to do.
Great.
A lot more work. I mean, our goal is ensuring that every child is reading at or above grade level. Until we reach that, we're never going to stop, working towards that goal.
Well, I love that it's also summertime and both of you are here because this is a time when there typically is a drop-off, right? But it's great that this conversation is happening year-round. Thomas Pich, Kregg Cuellar, thank you so much for stopping
Thank you
by.
guys.
So much.
Thank you for having us.
We
Of
really
course.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
And, yeah, we always love positive news. You can visit goodreasonhouston.org to explore Houston public education insights and learn how you can help put more students on a path to a living wage.